injury situation with particularly Russell after what happened last night, and then also perhaps get some updates on where guys like Andy and Adrian and some of the others are in their recovery.
Russ is a small tweak, so I don't think it's anything long term, but I think there's definitely a little bit of short term consequence there. Adrian's a bit away. Adrian just had another procedure, so he's going to be a while for sure. Andy, Chris Adoy are, I would say, shooting for the first week of June, somewhere in there, to be back in the mix, be training, start looking to play. So that's kind of the timeline of those guys.
What about Dave Johnson?
Hey, Chad, Nigel came in the second half and obviously made a difference. Can you just talk about how you rotate the forwards and whether it's just, based on, obviously health comes into role, but it seems like you have different options of forwards, whether it's Oler or Estrada, can provide different things, and how do you decide on how that rotation works?
Yeah, I talked a little bit last night in the post-game press conference, just the sports science aspect of it and managing guys' minutes over a difficult week like this, understanding that different guys are in different places with regards to their fitness. Nigel is just coming back from injury, so he's coming back from basically concussion protocol, which, is a little bit different. And okay, how is he feeling? Where's his fitness level coming out of that? Those sorts of things. What kind of minutes can he do? But yeah, I thought he looked very sharp. He obviously adds some pace to our team. The nice thing is all those guys are different. If you look at Nigel, you look at Ola, you look at Michael, you look at Eddie, you look at Taxi, like they all have their own sort of qualities, and you're trying to mix and match. You're trying to find what things work, what combinations work, create relationships on the field. How do those relationships work with the wing backs? Ola's a little bit more of a runner and finds different spaces, maybe in pockets underneath and in the channels. Michael's a little bit more of a stronger guy that holds the ball and will make a run here and there in behind the defense, but there's more of a physical presence. Taxi, obviously, moving inside, moving outside, isolating. I thought Eddie had a fantastic game last night, very complete, covering a lot of ground, created some stuff in the first half in particular. But yeah, again, you're trying to analyze your opponents, figure out, okay, what are their weaknesses with regards to our guys? What are the strengths we can put out there and take advantage of their weaknesses? But you're also looking at what's the load of the minutes with regards to rotating guys and manage minutes over a super busy week.
We'll go to Neil Davidson, Canadian Press.
Thank you. Hi, Chad. Thank you for taking the time. As you know, Toronto has had some tough results recently, some late goals that cost them in the last couple of games, but perhaps they're playing better than the record might show. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I think they're an exciting team with some really nice young players mixed in with some older players that are big-time difference makers. They've given themselves a chance in every game they've played this year. I know our game up there was very difficult against them. They, in Pozuelo, they have a player that can make plays, that can turn a game on a dime. They have Michael, who can control from a deeper position, spray balls around, and again, they have a good young core of players that are very complementary, fit into their team. They pose different problems, but again, to me, they've been in every game this year. Every game's been tight, and their record could be much better than it is for sure.
Thank you. Go back to Dave Johnson.
Hey, Chad, obviously the set piece has been a discussion at nauseum. My grandma used to always tell a joke that go to the doctor and you say, well, it hurts when I do this. Doctor says, well, then don't do this. Well, I mean, obviously it's not that simple correcting it, but as you look at that, what can be done to try to arrest this situation? Because you can do it. The Houston game was a great example of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes I feel like it becomes mental. You start to panic a little bit. Your anxiety goes up when there's a corner, when there's a set piece, and that's not good as well. So it becomes a little bit of a mental thing. Having said that, we need to own our part. We need to win our individual battles. We need to understand with each team where the danger is, what they're trying to do. And I feel like we're covering that going into every game, but we're not necessarily executing it when we get out there on the field. And, at times, again, things can go wrong. Don just slipped and fell down on the first corner last night, and that stuff's going to happen time to time, but we need to be able to bail them out. We need to be able to still go get first contact on the ball with the guys that are zoning. We need to make a save when we need to make a save. We need to not, put our hand out above our head when we're going for the second one, the corner right before the half. That leads to the VAR penalty. But I think we need to change our approach as well. So I think you'll probably see us take a little bit different course of action moving into the weekends and see if we can solve it that way as well.
Go to Jeff Strauss.
On the other side of the field, Chad, the other team has kind of been building up and having nice play and good creativity, but the final third finishing seems to come back into conversation. Last night, it could have very well been 2 or 3 goals in the first half for you guys. Where are you guys with that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody always says it, but goals change games. Goals change the face of games. And I even said in the locker room right before the game, we are going to get a legitimate chance in the first 10 minutes of the game. We need to stick that chance. It happened. We didn't stick it. We go off a post. We give up the set piece goal. Then we get another chance. We go off the other post. So a little bit of that is luck as well. You need a break or a bounce to go your way here and there. But yeah, we've got to consistently get more players in the box score. Taxi's the one guy that's consistently been in there. He has a chance last night. That's a chance we expect him to finish, but other guys have chances as well, especially in the second half. Even, in the 82nd minute, we're creating chances. And if we get one, now we just need one more moment to walk out of there with a point. So it's definitely being cleaner at both ends of the field, definitely all collectively working together to say, hey, where's my part in this? How do I contribute? How do I make the team better? But especially when you're playing quality teams like New York City, if you don't finish those chances, it becomes magnified even more. And you don't want to have to chase the game against them. You don't want to have to chase the game against Toronto. If you can get out, get the lead, you kind of now can play on your terms a little bit more. And that's what we're looking to do more often.
We'll go back to Dave.
Chad, how much are you enjoying developing Sylvain Jeff Hall? I mean, the balls he's playing and the confidence he's playing with. Sometimes I'll look down at my notes just to make sure he's still a rookie. I mean, he's got a long way to go, but it's got to be a kick for you to watch him perform out there.
For sure. Especially a guy that's very like to what my position was. So you kind of know the intricacies of the position a little bit better. But all the young guys, it's so enjoyable. It's so rewarding to get to work with them, to watch them develop, watch them realize how good they actually are, and to continue to basically move in the right direction as far as becoming a professional, understanding what it takes on a day-to-day basis, what it takes in games, what it takes off the field. But he's been a real pleasure. He's been a fantastic surprise for us. We knew when we drafted him he was a good player, but I don't think we ever understood that he was this good a player. I think he's going to be a fantastic MLS player for a long time.
We'll go to Jeff Strauss.
Chad, you talked about the attack earlier, and you also mentioned how well Flores was playing off the ball. He seemed like he was kind of hesitant and of two minds when he was in the box. How would you rate his performance? He certainly hasn't had the impact that Taxi's had to date. What are your expectations for him?
The biggest thing, over the past few games is I think he's really worked his tail off. Like, he's shown that it matters to him. It matters to him at both ends of the field. It matters to him with regards to leading. You're seeing that in the locker room. You're seeing that with him communicating with Estrada, with whoever it may be, and saying, hey, this is what we have to do. This is how we go about it. He's being more vocal. Yeah, we want him to get him in the box score. We want him to produce goals and assists. The play he breaks in last night, I'm saying to him today, hey, can you take a shot with your right foot? Can you score that yourself? Have a more aggressive mentality, especially in the final third. He has one in the second half where he and Ola get kind of caught in the middle of two minds, like, take charge of the situation. I'd rather see you both go for the ball than not either one of you go for the ball. But I think mostly it's about a mentality with him, being aggressive, getting on half turns, running at defenders, getting crosses. Definitely want him to get more shots off. But I do think over the past couple of weeks, he's been a very influential player in a lot of different ways. And that's something we're always preaching to the guys. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can affect a game in a positive way. And I feel like he's finding different ways to do that.